Hey there! Thanks for tuning in to our review of The Conjuring 2. We are from Group 1, and the four of us can't wait to share our excitement about this spine-chilling horror film. So, let's dive in! The Conjuring 2, directed by James Wan, is a supernatural horror film inspired by true events. The story follows renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren as they travel to Enfield, England to assist the Hodgson family who are plagued by disturbing supernatural occurrences. Strange events begin to focus on Janet, the second eldest daughter, who experiences possessions and terrifying encounters with the spirit of Bill Wilkins, the home's former resident. However, the Warrens uncover that the true source of the haunting is Belak, a powerful demonic nun that not only threatens the family but also targets them personally. The film combines suspense, faith and fear, making it one of the most memorable horror stories of its decade. The movie also explores the idea of belief versus skepticism. Many people, including the media and some investigators, initially believe that Janet is faking the haunting. This adds emotional stress to the family and raises questions about how society treats those who experience unexplained events.
Hi, my name is Atika binti Muhammad Zain and I would like to talk about my favorite scene in Conjuring number 2.
So, this is my favorite scene in Conjuring 2. It begins with Ed finds Janet at the window standing still with a blank face. Then suddenly the storm breaks in. The window bursts wide open and glass shattered make Janet had a cut on her face. This made the audience feel worried and helpless because she looked so fragile yet clearly under the control of something. The wind dragged Janet out as if invisible hands are pulling her. Ed rushed in without thinking twice. He grabbed Janet, holding on as hard as he can. For a moment, it looked like he might lose her. When Lorraine walked into the room, the atmosphere instantly changed. The demon finally showed itself appearance in the scary form of a nun. The air felt heavy and it looked like the demon took control of everything. When Lorraine tried to save Ed, the demon used his power and threw Lorraine at the wall. It's such a creepy moment that always gives me a chill. But what truly makes this my favorite scene is Lorraine. She doesn't just stand back in fear, she rises and fights the demon. Lorraine remembers the most important truth that every woman has a weakness, which is its demon. And the way she does it is so powerful. She called out the demon Belak. The moment she said, I got this one every single time. Because then the demon feels like breaking its power, like she's standing up against pure evil without letting fear control her. The all-shaped demon that turns into shadow vanish and Janet is free from their control. It is both terrifying and hopeful moment. That's why I love this scene so much.
Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Roberta Dovia. Today I want to show you my absolute favorite movie scene. Enjoy!
So, around the 25-minute mark, we see Janet and her little brother in their bedroom. Suddenly, the toys around them start moving on their own. You got marbles rolling across the floor and even a fire truck toy and lights up and drive it by itself, like someone invisible is playing with it. Now the brother's reaction is kind of innocent, almost confused, which actually what makes it scarier because we know this is not just in their heads. The sound design is brilliant. You hear little clings, rattles and that toy siren cutting through the silence. And the lighting, super dark and shadowy, turning a normal kid's room into something terrifying. What I love about this scene is how it takes something as innocent as toys and twists it into a symbol of fear. It's not a loud jump scare but a slow, unsettling build-up that makes you realize the family is truly being haunted. It's creepy, right? But what I love about this moment is how the atmosphere build up. It's not just jump scares, but the way the toys start moving on their own and the little brother reacts. You can literally feel the tension rising, and for me, that's what makes it unforgettable.
You must be wondering why Ed looked at the tape with such an expression, right? Hi everyone, I'm Ayuni, and my favorite scene in the film was the train scene where the Warrens listen to the tapes of Bill Wilkins. So, if you have watched the movie carefully, you will understand why the two tapes roll out and fall on the ground and form a cross. This makes Ed Warren to mix the two tapes which has the sound of Billy. Then, Ed keeps replaying the audio recordings of Janet Hodgson speaking in Bill Wilkins' voice. At first, each step just sounds like the old man talking through Janet. But then, Ed gets the idea to play two different tapes at the same time. When he does that, the overlapping voices suddenly reveal a hidden message, which is Bill isn't the true spirit haunting Janet. He's actually being used by a darker and more powerful demon, which is Valak. This discovery proves that the haunting is real and that the Hodgsons are in grave danger. Realizing the family is being tricked and manipulated, the Warrens immediately decided to return to the Hodgson home to help them.
Hello, my name is Rosie Guntis. Today I will be showing one of my favorite scenes from the movie The Conjuring 2. So, horror movies are full of scary moments, but only a few seem realistic and horrible. In The Conjuring 2, there's one moment that completely grabbed your attention. When the scene of cross on the wall begins to slowly turn upside down. It's not just a simple scare, it's a scene filled with meaning, mystery, and pure terror. And that's exactly why this part is unforgettable. In The Conjuring 2, one of the most chilling moments happened in Janet's bedroom. The walls are covered with crows and suddenly, every single one of them begins to turn upside down. It's a slow, airy movement that creates a sense of dread because crows are normally a symbol of safety and protection. But here, the demon Valak shows its power by corrupting that symbol, making the entry route feel unsafe. For the audience, it's terrifying because sometimes something holy is transformed into something sinister. What many people don't realize is that the upside-down cross is not originally a symbol of evil. In Christian tradition, it's called the Cross of Saint Peter. According to his history, Peter asked to be crucified upside down because he did not feel worthy to die in the same way as Jesus. So, in reality, the symbol represents humanity and division, not Satan or demon. Over time, especially in her film, the meaning has been increased. The inverted cross is not often used as a sign of dark force, satanic ritual, or rebellion against religion. Director used it because it is instantly recognizable and creates a strong emotional reaction. The moment you see a cross turning upside down, you know something dark is happening. In Conjuring 2, this scene is powerful not only because of the visual scare, but also because how it's played with meaning. It sticks a symbol of faith and freedom, both literally a symbol to show the strength of Valak and the hiding the cross. That's why the upside-down cross is one of the most memorable moments in the film. For me, this scene is the perfect example of how a horror movie can be both frightening and symbolic at the same time. It takes something scary and creepy, showing the terrifying power of Valak in just a single image. That mix of fear and evil lyrics is why I really like it. Because this does not just scare you for the moment, it stays with you long after the movie is over.
In my opinion, in The Conjuring 2, when Janet says, "It won't let me go," it symbolizes a state of losing control and feeling trapped by something terrifying. In real life, this can be related to being stuck in trauma, mental health struggles, toxic relationships or addictions, where a person feels controlled by something hard to escape. Just as Janet needed the Warrens' help, people also need support and guidance to break free from what holds them back in life.
So at the end of the video, I would like to tell the reality that actually I'm a coward, but I challenge myself to do this video with my friend cause based on my favorite scene, I tell about Lauren courage against the force of evil. Even though this movie has so many terrifying moments, especially for a scary guy like me, but it shows us that even ordinary people can face the extraordinary dangers if they have strong belief and determination. So totally I agree that this movie is not only entertaining but also remind us about the human strength in the face of fears.
As a group, we think The Conjuring 2 is more than just a scary movie. It shows family, faith, and the strength to fight back against fear. What makes it special is how James Wan mixes horror with real emotion. You care about the Hodgsons and the Warrens, not just the scares. For us, the message is clear. Courage and unity can overcome even the darkest forces. That's why we all agree The Conjuring 2 is not only frightening but also meaningful. Thank you for watching.